That's the difference. That's what separates the men from the boys. Everybody falls. Everybody falls. You don't know. You don't know. I preach so much. I preach over 3 sermons a day. One day, not long ago, I preached 7 hours out. I preached 7 consecutive hours, except time to eat lunch and supper. And sometimes I get through preaching, Brother Fisk, and I say, I just laid an egg. Of course, never here. I'm always wonderful here. But I say, I just laid an egg. I just don't know. And sometimes I'll go to my room, in a motel room in the road, and I'll say, I tell you, I just don't want to go back tomorrow. I don't want to face those people. And yet, boy, there's something inside of me that says, you coward, you get up. You wind that old thing back up again. And bleed a while, okay, but get back up and get back in the battle and get back in it. And you know, I usually preach my best sermons right after I preach my worst sermons. You're expecting a good one tonight, aren't you? And I know how crooked you are. Even though you get critical, rise up. And from failure. You don't have to be licked. Did you know the greatest preachers I know faced a dark hour when they could have given up? And many preachers do give. That's where the Lee Robertsons and the John Rices and the Bob Joneses and the Tom Malones and the great men of God are separated from the boys. All of us face the firing squad. We all get discouraged. We all want to quit. We all want to turn back. We all cry ourselves to sleep. All of us do. But blessed be God, there's some people that get up again. They get knocked down, they get up again. They get knocked down, they get up again. So just keep on getting up and keep on getting up and keep on getting up from failure. But there's a third thing from which we ought to always get up, and that is from heartache. From heartache. Now, all of us have it. All of us. But get up. I was thinking about the preachers last night. I was thinking about this thought. I was thinking about all the preachers. You know, most of the preachers that cut up the most in the pulpit and you enjoy the most, and they laugh a great deal, most of them have been through so many battles. That's why they laugh. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Last night, just afternoon late, I got a call. I said, hello. And the voice said, Brother Jack. And that's nobody but Lester Olaf's voice. Nobody can say that like he can. Brother Jack. I said, this Brother Jack. He said, Brother Jack, I knew it. I knew it. I said, you knew what? You see, a few days ago, some of my friends and from around the country and folks here and so forth, they put up a marker down in my birthplace, Italy, Texas, about a 6-foot marker in my honor, tribute to Dr. Jack Hyles, pastor of First Baptist Church. It looks like a tombstone. And I never will forget how I felt when I walked away from it. I felt like I'd like to feel the next time they put one up somewhere. But I walked away. I told the folks that night, I felt like I ruined the party. There they had my funeral. I had a few chairs here, you know, and all the bereaved were sitting there, both of them, and sitting there. It's sort of at the end of the main street in the little town where I was born, Italy, Texas. And Brother Olaf said, I knew it. I said, knew what? He said, I knew it. I said, what? He said, I knew when they buried you, you wouldn't stay down. He said, Brother Jack, they tried to get a tombstone big enough to hold you. The thing weighed hundreds and I'm sure thousands of pounds. I never pushed it up. He said, I thought that tombstone big enough to hold you. But he said they didn't. And I got to thinking of it all the times. It seemed like when I'm down, he's up, he's down, I'm up. All the times. He said, Brother Jack, you know the heartache he's been through. And he said, Brother Jack, he said, the doors of the Rebecca home are wide open now. Wide open. He said, we're taking not only 15, 16-year-old girls now and 17, we're taking 12-year-old girls and 13-year-old girls. He said, it's wide open now. And not only that, he's suing that crowd of liberal press for libel. He's suing them. Now the Chicago newspapers are scared to death. He's suing the Chicago newspaper, one of them. And they're scared to death. You wait, boy. They're going to pay. They're going to pay through their noses for that. Yes, they are. And somebody said, well, you shouldn't sue your brother. They ain't our brothers. No. But I thought, bless God, he's up again. He's up again. I've known him all these years. I've seen him go down, but every time he goes down, I know he's coming back up. The just man falleth 7 times, yet riseth up again. You can't keep a good man down. The just man falleth. The foolish man falleth 1 time and lies there and dies. But the just man falls and gets up, and 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 he'll end up on top. Why? The just man falleth 7 times, but riseth up again. That's why. That's why. That's where you separate the men from the boys. In the ministry, yeah. Same way in business. I recall the day when Russell Anderson didn't have as much money as I have. Boy, he was in trouble. Went broke in business. Broke! But you can't keep a good man down. Now, think of all he's done for so many people across America. The just man falleth 7 times, yet riseth up again. Some of you folks haven't heard me tell about that little fight I saw out in Denver, Colorado. I'd rented a car out there one time, was driving back to the airport from preaching. When I came to a vacant lot, and across on my left over here, the 2 boys were fighting. One was bigger than the other, and I stopped to stop the fight. But I wanted to wait a while before I stopped the fight because I enjoy a good fight. And so I was watching, and this one guy, he hit this kid, blood squished out of his nose and ears and eyes, everything else. And down in the dust he went. He either had bloody dirt or dirty blood. I'm not sure what, all over him. He got back up and he wobbled over, and the fella hit him again. And he went down, the guy got back up and he wobbled. And I saw that kid go down 7 times. Bloody, all blood all over his face, dirt and grime. Go down and quieten those people. Tell them I said, don't come in there every Sunday. One thing about it, boy, these folks, whoever comes down there, they're just. So they rise again every Sunday about this time. This kid came back in and they hit him again. And 7 times he went down and he was lying there bloody. And he just trying to crawl back up again. Back up. Like that, and I said, "Hey, hold it! I said, stop it, fellas!" And he said, "Don't stop the fight, mister. Not the fellow that's winning, the bloody kid." I said, "What'd you say?" He said, "Mister, don't stop it." And I said, "Why?" He said, "'Cause I ain't got my second wind yet." And he said, "When I get my second wind, I'm going to beat the devil out of him." So I just let him go on, and pretty soon he got his second wind. Went down one more time. He got his second wind. He got up and he beat that guy to a pulp. And I enjoyed it. You say, "You're cruel." Nobody's perfect. And he beat that guy to a pulp. Why? He got up. That's the kind of guy I like. That's the kind of church I like. That's the kind of preacher I like. That's the kind of college student I like. I like the one when he gets down. Listen, the reason you go down so you can bounce. Get up! Get up! Get up! If you fail, get up. If you're in sin, get up. The just man falleth 7 times, yet riseth up again. There's a third thing from which we ought to rise, always. As I said, that's the heartache. There's another, and that is from reversals. From reversals. One of the best introduction I ever had as a preacher was from Dr. Lee Robertson. He introduced me at Tennessee Technical College one morning and said, "This Dr. Jack Hyles, the man that always gets back up. You can't keep him down." And I was thinking this morning and last night of all the reversals of this church. You know, this church is a testimony to the entire world. Getting up, boy, you can win nobody. 14 years ago, today, about town, fate of my life. No, not the people that left the church. We had a church split. I first came. Not the people that left the church. Most of them, if not all of them, were good people, and they wouldn't try to physically harm me. But some wicked people. A couple back here. Randy, you listen to the sermon too. It's the third time I've had to call you down. And by the way, I better see you after the service. And some mean people had gotten hold of it. They threatened my life, and practically every day of my life they threatened. And the church